Do you like to do the, I don't know, quick intro? Welcome to Waffles Wifey.
Nope.
We're here to talk about throwing a glass.
Are we? Well, now you've said it.
It's not much of an intro. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm in frame.
That'll make a great intro. We both looked at it too.
Let's do this. Oh, I need the iPad. Hold on.
Okay, I'm waiting for you.
TikTok's full of weird people.
Yeah, well, I'm on there, so.
Precisely. Do you like to do the, I don't know, quick intro? Welcome to Waffles Wifey.
Nope.
We're here to talk about throwing a glass.
Are we? Well, now you've said it.
It's not much of an intro. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm in frame.
That'll make a great intro. We both looked at it too.
So,
Yes.
throwing a glass.
It does happen to be one of the favourites of the house.
Top dog. My first talking point.
Yes.
You are a pretty boy, aren't you?
I know.
Is what got us reading the series in the first place.
I know you'd already read them before. I just picked them up. But I picked it up because I thought it looked good in a bookstore after meeting you, so.
I know.
And then I kept reading it because
It was the one book I wanted to recommend to you, but then I felt like as soon as I opened my mouth about it, I'd then prattle on about it
you'd be one of
for.
those people.
I would waffle on about it. I do want to scare you off.
Yeah, well.
So I didn't mention it.
Unfortunately, you did succeed there, didn't you? No, well, that's what I mean. I didn't even know what the book was. I picked it up.
Hello. Just jumping on to, well, admit that the sound is not going to be great for the video. We were stuck using cheap microphones, and of course, one of them dies partway through, so a good chunk of our conversation has to be cut out, unfortunately. But we hope the rest is coherent enough and you enjoy.
Yeah, no, well, that's it. I'd gone to the bookstore after I met. No, we went to the bookstore together.
No. We met at Muffin Break.
Sorry, we went to Muffin Break together. Sorry, I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Bookstore, Muffin Break, definitely.
And then you went to the bookstore afterwards, and I saw on your Instagram story, I'm like, oh my god, is that throwing a glass?
Yes, well.
Knew you were a keeper. Had to keep you around.
I didn't know it was your favourite book.
I mean, to be fair, still thought you were gay at that point, but was like, got to keep you around.
Truth be told, most people do think that when they first meet me. Anyway. Yeah, no, so I remember I was reading it that night, and you messaged me. This was, I don't know,
You were sitting at your bloody one of the desks in the study areas.
No, I was laying in bed, and I only know because I was looking at back in my stories.
I swear there's like a computer or something, and you were like studying.
No, I was laying in bed. I remember in that silly dong, in that silly little trundle single bed thing, and I'd taken the phone and I said, "Oh, looks like a good read." And then you commented back going, "OMG, excuse me."
It was Boomerang. Back when boomerangs were popular to do.
Oh man, boomerangs were a thing, weren't they?
And it was in the background. You were studying or something on the computer or doing a test, and I saw it in the background. I'm like, dude.
No, I'd actually done an actual post that night on it. I was laying in bed.
Well, later, but I responded to your story.
Yeah, which the story was of me reading in bed.
Irrelevant. That was
nonetheless
after the original one. I don't actually remember why I picked it up. It obviously sounded good, which is why I picked it up. But like, I can't remember if someone recommended it to me or if I found it on my own wanderings to the bookstore or what. But
I mean, I was very late to the party. I think all the books had already been out by the time I picked it up. And I think that's why in the bookstore they were already out. I think maybe they were starting the box sets by then. I can't remember.
No. Yes. Because
I know it's
Kingdom
from
of Ash
Collins.
came out 2018.
And this would have been.
And we met 28.
This is at the start of
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
And I only picked it up because I saw the cover and I was like, well, this is kind of cool. This is back in the OG covers before they started bringing out all these new ones that they do, which I think the OGs are where it's at. You think the same as well.
Yes.
But I just saw the cover, like, oh wow, that kind of looks cool. I don't mind a sneaky, feminine hero or one that can go do things.
Assassin.
And plus, Assassin, like, I thought it was cool, so yeah, I went.
Should probably preface there will be spoilers. Just fine.
Yeah, that's because we have an inability to not spoil.
We're talking about the whole series. You can't not spoil it.
Mm.
And to be fair, who hasn't read it by now? It's been out for so long. Ooh.
Well, that's it. At that point, I never understand. So people, when you put up a post and say, "Oh my god, this," and I still try not to spoil the books, and then it was like, "Oh no, don't say anything, don't spoil it." I'm like,
it reminds me of people.
Man, it's been out for so long. How can you not have either known about it or read it? And if you haven't, that's on you.
What's me thinking? How people are like, "Oh, that's a spoiler for the Odyssey." All the things online, and I'm like, "Do you know how old that book is?"
Like, have you not done anything about the Odyssey?
Everyone knows the Odyssey, even little snippets. Like we've all know it. Troy. That's just a snippet.
Yeah, exactly right.
I think you're just gonna jingle jangle. So yeah, I put down what have we got us into reading the first place. I generally don't remember how I started it, but there wasn't all the books out at the time.
But once you
so I was waiting, like for hopefully a book a year.
I pretty much binged them once I got it. I know that
you did.
When I bought
we
it,
were
I
living
bought book
together.
1 and book 2, but I also got to book 2 and I had a mini slump in the middle of it.
Because you couldn't get into it. I do still find, even on rereads, number 2, I'm like, well, I'm not hooked at the start, but then you start reading it and you're like,
I am guilty of, I'll quite happily, honestly, if I'm on a reread, I'll skip book 1 and 2.
I do now.
Easily, but that's because I've read it so many times, I know the book. I don't necessarily need to do 1 and 2, but it does hit different if you do read it. But no, I read number 2 and it went from number 1, which was it felt like its own little standalone story.
That's
and it was
what
a totally
I like
different
about
vibe to the rest of it. It's like Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone. It starts off like this and then grows darker and way more in depth as you go.
I went into space then trying to think of the conversation we had because we
were talking about this the other day.
Yeah, how Throne of Glass, you've got. It's going to really annoy me now. We were talking about how.
You'll remember it later.
Whatever it is, and Throne of Glass, it's this, and there's magic. Or you didn't know what direction it was going to go, but there's clearly.
I can't remember it now either. It's going to annoy me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a comparison between 2 books.
And we're like, it works really well because it's there, but it's not prominent yet, so you don't know where it could go, but it could go that way.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But either way, and that's what I was saying, like, book 1 is what it is, and it's not the strongest book in the series. And you can definitely tell,
she was young.
SJM, you can tell she was a lot younger when she wrote Throne of Glass, but also you can tell her writing developed as she went through it. But book 2 it slowed down so hardcore there.
But you can't shit on book 1 because book 1 is what hooks you on the series.
No, 100%. I think book 1 is amazing. I love it, and you get that love for, back then it's still Selena.
Book 2 is favourite plot lines. Please stop trying to track what I'm saying. And so favourite plot lines and favourite moments overall. I straight away, the moment where Aelin doesn't realise Rowan has come to Rifthold, and then I think it's Aiden's like, who's that? Oh no, I think it's Kale or Nezrin or someone is like, who's that? And then Aiden just goes, Rowan. And she's
like nuts.
Because Aelin has bolted to hug him because obviously she's got this new companion in her life who understands her and her history.
Yeah. What my favourite point would be? There's so many. I don't know. I honestly don't.
There's so many good moments.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't pinpoint.
Actually, another bit that comes to mind is when Kale, Dorian, and Aelin reunite at the end. Just the trio, the OG trio reunites. It's like,
what do you think of Dorian in the end? Like his little character arc.
Well, his character arc makes sense because he was kept under such a tight leash, quite literally at one point. You know, growing up being a prince and who his dad was, and then to him to literally let loose with everything he
and then
has.
naturally, obviously, you know, the dad, while still being under the let's say spell.
Yeah.
You know, and then coming in, he's like straight up just taking over so Dorian as well. And Dorian's put under the lock and key.
That was so hard to read.
That was probably one of the hardest bits. A lot of people say that
when it's like, and it went around his neck. It's like, ooh,
and he had like no control over.
no.
Oh no. Yeah, no. When he first gets the lock, and then old Sheila comes in.
Which, I'm pretty sure I know your answer to this. Your favourite book of them all?
This isn't a ruffle feathers. Tara Dawn.
I knew you'd say that. Mine's Empire of Storms.
Empire of Storms is amazing.
And the reason why I switched it around because I knew what your answer would be. Because the next one is Thoughts on the Tandem Read. I hate it.
I loathe.
If it was meant to be read together, she would have written it together.
This is everywhere, and I see this happen so often. Not only do I get asked,
should I do
the tandem read, or hey, I'm up to this point, I'm thinking about the tandem read, and I have to like try to jump in and expect before they start going no. And I even did that video that I put up on socials. It was like, hey, because someone put up a video. It's like, oh, I'm in a slump. I'm just getting bored and all this. I'm doing the tandem read. I'm just going like, well, that's exactly right. You're not giving the books the attention that they deserve. You're meant to be going in and then doing the books one at a time. You're meant to have.
Yeah, but the only reason the tandem read came about was because people, for some reason, have an overreaction to hating Kale.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I get he has a bit like a dish.
He does.
But
he's written in that way that you're not meant to like.
You're not meant to hate him
towards the point of coming up to Tara Dawn, but that doesn't take away his not like a shitty character.
The hate is just too much, and then people are ruining their reading experience because this is my thought. Because everyone doesn't want to read Tara Dawn because it's focused on Kale. But the impact, the emotional impact, which everyone seems to be scared of, like, Empire of Storms absolutely ruined me and now I've got to read this. Well, yeah, you do that, and then you get to Kingdom of Ash, and then the impact of it is just tenfold.
But the thing is, as well, people finish Empire of Storms, and because they know, and again, spoilers, but because they know that Tara Dawn has nothing to do with Aelin's story, so they're like, well, I don't want to read an entire book. I know you at this point, you were reading them as they were being released. So you read Empire of Storms.
Oh, the pain!
You had to wait for Tara Dawn, and you would be reading Tara Dawn.
It was 2 or 3 years.
You would have been waiting for the point when we circled back to Aelin in Tara Dawn, and you would have read this book going, excuse me.
I can't remember the years. I think it was 2 or 3 years between Empire of Storms and Kingdom of Ash.
Yeah.
So I felt the impact even more.
And that's the whole point. And I love Tara Dawn. I love that we step away, we step into this whole other world building and world exploring area.
It expands it.
And personally,
so much more.
The world that we explore with Tara Dawn is a very me type place to love reading about.
The Red Dirt?
Well, yeah, there's that too. But I don't know, just it was a nice segue from everything. And I didn't mind it was an entire book away from everything. Obviously, I can appreciate it a little bit more because I didn't have to do and wait the year between the books.
Yes.
But then, because I didn't do the tandem read, I had an entire book away. I mean, I'm a quick reader, but I still had an entire book away from Aelin and what went on at the end of Empire Storms, and I was like, excuse me, WTF. And then I hit Kingdom of Ash at the start, and you'd already read this by the time I got to it, so you knew what
He
I
hits
was
the
coming
ground
back to.
running.
And then you come into Kingdom of Ash already going, I have no idea what the hell's going on. You nearly half forgotten some of the ending of Empire Storm, but then as soon as you get those first 3 pages, you're like, holy crap, this is it. This is what I missed. And then you just come in and it's like full emotion. You're not gonna feel that if you just had to trudge your way through the mud and battle your way through Tandem like everyone's doing it, and everyone's getting bored with it. Nice.
Cheers. Minutes.
Fruity! I just got your comment. I didn't realise we had strawberries on it. That makes so much more sense now we use coffee fruity. I thought you just called me fruity in general.
Fucking hell. The next point. I've got 2 more dot points. One is the reading order. Cat's got zoomies. Is the reading order. Because obviously there's 2 things that cause a lot of uproar. Cold, bruv.
It's a little chilly.
It's really not. Which is where to read Assassin's Blade and the Tandem Raid. Those are the 2 big things. I don't reckon you read it first.
I don't think so either.
Selena was not ready to share her history. We knew absolutely nothing. And I can't remember where I read it. I read it when it came out, which I think was...
I read it after Air of Fire, and I'll maintain that.
After 4, yeah.
So I read it in 4th spot, which is where it should be sitting in that stack file there too.
You definitely have to read it before Kingdom of Ash, because then by the time you get to Kingdom of Ash and then you see all the everything aligned, you're like, fuck, I understood that reference.
Well, I get it's by technicality a prequel, but that does not mean that it needs to be read at the start. But
it's prequel in timeline order, but it does not feel right in any scenario to read it first.
No, because if you come into... that's what I mean. You come into...
It's got a boy cover just like Tower of Dawn. Tower of Dawn has its spot, and it's because it's on a slightly different journey / timeline, and Assassin's Blade is exactly the same.
Oh, exactly right. And if you come into... And that's the same thing here. You come into Throne of Glass.
These covers anyway, not the other covers there.
Yeah. But if you go into Throne of Glass... with
if you read
zero knowledge... First, yeah, if you come into Throne of Glass with zero knowledge, Throne of Glass is set in a way, and it's written in a way taken chronologically through the story. If you come in having already read Assassin's Blade, you're nearly going from here and then backtrack it a bit to start Throne of Glass again. Because of how it's written.
So if you start with Assassin's Blade, you're just going, oh, this is just some interesting short stories that have zero context because they're all very different in a way. It's just this one character is the main.
I also don't think the emotional damage is there reading about Sam.
Yeah.
If you don't already know about Sam...
No, because you need to have known that she's already been in Endovia for a year.
Yeah.
Being the longest surviving prisoner.
Yeah, exactly right.
Is he chasing his tail?
Oh, they're chasing something.
Okay. So yeah, Assassin's Blade, it doesn't work first. I mean, read the books, whatever order you want, but there's a... Because that's what she released it.
I'm pretty sure she also goes and says that ideally it shouldn't be read first.
No, she puts it third.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
She puts it third because that's what she thinks. And I agree with it. That's why I read it. That was under your recommendation as well when I was reading the book. She said read it here.
Yes.
All right, that's fair. And I agree with the point. I wouldn't want to read it much later because once I hit book 4, excluding Assassin's Blade, once I hit book 4, I was like, I didn't want to stop.
Queen of Shadows, yeah.
That's when once you hit Queen of Shadows, I was like, there was no stopping. Once you've done Air of Fire, that's the thing. Once you get to the end of Air of Fire, and this is where a lot of people as well, they read book 1 and book 2. Book 2 slows down that little bit. They don't even get to the end where that very important little tidbit is.
At the end.
And they stop the series. They don't even give themselves a chance to get to Air of Fire.
Yeah, my last dot point is social media and Throne of Glass.
Okay.
Wow.
Do tell.
Well, obviously it's all over social media because everyone's sharing it, but there is so many opinions, especially when it comes to Assassin's Blade and the tandem read. But a lot of it, by all means, have your opinion of what you wanted. It's the forcefulness that it comes across.
Yeah, no, I think on social media, I do always find it funny watching when people are, hey, I'm just picking this up for the first time, and you always see the same thing. Oh, I'm sobbing. I've just read Empire Storm. Oh my god, heartbreak. And you know what else I always see is going back to tandem read. Oh, this is such a long read. I'm like, well, no, holy crap! Like,
it's a long series.
Pretty sure what are they, about 800-page books?
The last one's the biggest one. No, what I see is someone's like, I'm going to try this for the first time, and then the comment straight away is, oh, you have to read this one third, or you have to read it here. And it's like, just let them read what they feel is right. Like, we read in the order that feels right, which just happens to be the order SJM likes.
I don't think even outside of Throne of Glass, I don't think there should be any point where anyone should be forced to do anything reading-wise. Like,
I'm skipping Mistborn: A Secret History because I just can't
be if you want to read something, you just read it. If you don't want to read it, you don't read it. Like, it's so subjective. Don't, just because you're part of a fandom and you believe so hard about it. We are very big fans of SJM books, but I'm never going to jump on and say you have to read Assassin's Blade in the fourth spot.
we'll certainly explain why.
I'll definitely be honest on you definitely shouldn't for XYZ. But if you want to try to tackle a 1,600-page book when you usually only read a 500-page book, go for it. Exactly. But don't just come to me afterwards and complain, going, hey, this wasn't good. I'm not going to read King of Ash. I sent you that person, didn't I?
You did. You were so pissed. Oh my god, did you say?
I was so annoyed because they had read the entirety of the series, done the
didn't read the last book,
got to Kingdom of Ash, 30% read, no, DNF. And I know roughly what happens at 30%. You just gone through the trenches of 30%. I'm pretty sure 30% you're still in the trenches with Ayla. No, you might just be out of it.
No, I think you're out of it by then.
Be out of it by then.
30%, yeah, well, really.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. You've just done some heartbreaking stuff. You've done the entire. Why not just battle through the? If you really, even if you're not liking it that much, don't get me wrong. I'm all for. If you don't want to read a book, don't read a book. Dana, sure, whatever.
But it is very hard. It's just hard to comprehend why.
I don't understand it. It rattles my brain. I was like, really? You were right there at the good part, right? Conclusion.
Another thing with social media is everyone keeps calling this a romantasy. It is not. It's a fantasy because I think obviously Avatar blew up more because it's a shorter series. Everyone got into it a lot easier. But because that's romantasy definitely. But Throne of Glass, fantasy.
I wouldn't even. There's a part of it that has some romance. I wouldn't even call any part of it's actually romance. I wouldn't actually say there's even a romance subplot.
Well, there is.
There is,
clearly.
Yeah, but not to the point where I'd say like romantic.
Oh, it's not romantic.
That's what I'm saying. There is no. It's not to the point when you would go romantic. No. There is some romance in it.
Fantasy can have a romance subplot, but it's not.
But not a hardcore.
A romantasy is a literal romance plot. It's in a fantasy setting. And there's like romantasy. It hurts you too much to be romantic. It hurts. The tears. The tears I had in Empire of Storms. The 13?
I still don't have like most of my heart from
I mean,
that. That
obviously.
terribly.
That was.
Like, I haven't felt so cut up in anything since like feeling so traumatized after watching the Red Wedding on Game of Thrones. That traumatized.
You know what?
The same.
You probably think I'm nuts. I didn't cry when it happened because I was in so much shock.
Mm.
Like there were no tears to be had because the rest of me was going, "What the fuck was that?"
I'm there with you.
Like I was literally, even on my rereads, obviously sad when you're in the thick of reading it. But I'm like, but even every reread, I'm still like, what just happened? Like, did I really just read that? Like, still no tears. I don't think I've cried once about it, except some artwork.
I definitely have.
Because it's still just the shock factor overrides everything. If I told you the book I've cried the most in, you'd be like, seriously? No, not today. That's another time. But that's all my top points.
What are the points?
No.
Okay.
Those are the main points. It's Kate crushing my arm.
I mean, unfortunately, it's one of those series where we just talk forever about it. But then it's also like, well, what do you talk about it?
Because we have so many copies now, we could fully annotate and really get into the nitty-gritty. But I don't like to know theories and stuff. I like to go into books blind and just roll with it.
I'll read on a book with knowing absolutely nothing about it, not having read a word, not having read nothing. Not quite the same as I do with movies. Movies, and I know a little bit of something. No, I'm the opposite.
I just don't want, I don't want to have to Sherlock my books.
I don't mind a bit of Sherlock. A bit of sleuthing.
It depends. No, but it's like all the theories you see, I'm like, I don't want to know.
See, that's why I like going into books that I haven't seen everywhere, because I like going to a book that people haven't, like, I haven't just seen like 30 million people talk about.
But everyone is like, oh my god, SJM posted this, Rebecca Yarros posted this.
Yeah.
It must mean this, and I'm like, I don't care. Yeah, if she writes it, I'll read it. I feel like we've gone on a tangent away from that.
We have.
That's another video we can do. Another time.
I don't know how long we just talked for that.
Chit chat. I'm cat trapped.
Chit chat with a kitty cat. Nick, man, we haven't been recording this whole time. Would you be like desperately annoyed?
I know I pressed it.